Can you believe, dear viewers, that a child's drawing could uncover the chilling truth behind a 45-year-old unsolved crime? A crime so terrifying that it baffled police, haunted families, and left its mark in the annals of history. Let me warn you, this story isn't for the faint-hearted. It's real, it's documented, and there's even a full documentary about it on Netflix. By the end of this video, you'll see why this might just be the most haunting case I've ever told. Are you ready to dive into the sinister mystery behind a little girl's drawings? Buckle up, because this tale is about to take you on a chilling ride you'll never forget. In January 2000, a single mother named Jodie Foster moved with her 3-year-old daughter Hannah to a new city called Chico in California. Jodie was excited about this fresh start, a chance to leave behind old troubles and build a peaceful life with her daughter. Chico had everything they needed: great schools, friendly neighborhoods, and a cozy apartment complex with lush gardens and a swimming pool. When Jodie stumbled upon apartment 14 in this complex, she felt like fate had guided her there. But the moment she stepped inside apartment 14, an unshakable unease crept over her. The apartment felt cold, lifeless, like it hadn't been touched by warmth or joy in years. Jodie brushed it off as nerves. New beginnings could be overwhelming, right? Little did she know this unease wasn't going anywhere. Their first night in apartment 14 passed in restless discomfort. Jodie tucked Hannah into bed, double-checked the locks, and collapsed onto the couch, hoping for a quiet evening. But strange things started happening almost immediately. Hannah's tiny shoes, which Jodie always left neatly by the front door, were found in the middle of Hannah's bed the next morning. At first, Jodie thought her daughter had moved them, but when she asked Hannah, the little girl stared at her with wide eyes and said, "It wasn't me, Mama. Maybe she did it." "She?" Jodie asked, her skin prickling. "Who's she, sweetie?" "The girl who comes at night," Hannah replied nonchalantly. Over the next few days, things escalated. Jodie would hear faint whispers coming from Hannah's room. Shadows flickered in the hallway, even when no one was there. One evening, Jodie found Hannah standing by her bedroom door talking to someone. "Hannah, who are you talking to?" Jodie asked, her voice trembling. "The girl," Hannah said again, pointing to an empty corner of the room. "Her name is Marlise. She's really nice." But when Jodie looked into the corner, there was nothing. Hannah's fascination with Marlise grew. She began drawing pictures of a girl with long, dark hair, pale skin, and sad eyes. In one chilling drawing, Marlise was hanging from a tree, her lifeless body surrounded by two figures, a man with glasses and a woman with short hair. "Hannah, why did you draw this?" Jodie asked, horrified. "Because it's what happened to her," Hannah replied, as if it were the most obvious thing in the world. Jodie's unease turned to terror. She started having vivid nightmares of her own. A teenage girl running down a deserted street in Chico, chased by a man and a woman in a blue car. In every dream, Jodie would wake up just as the girl was caught, her screams echoing in Jodie's ears. And always, two cryptic numbers flashed in her mind before she woke up: 35.76 and A17. One night in February, around 3:37 a.m., Jodie woke to the sound of static. The television in the living room was on, blaring white noise. Trembling, she crept out of bed to turn it off. As she reached the TV, she heard another noise: the unmistakable hiss of the stove's gas burner turning on in the kitchen. Heart pounding, Jodie rushed into the kitchen, only to find one of the burners lit. Her daughter's toy, a stuffed bear that didn't have batteries, suddenly began playing a garbled, distorted lullaby. Then, All the lights in the apartment flickered on at once. That was the final straw. Jody grabbed Hannah and fled the apartment, banging on the door of her neighbor, Mrs. Thompson, who also happened to be the property manager. When Jody explained the strange occurrences, Mrs. Thompson's face darkened. "You're not the first tenant to experience this," she said grimly. "No one stays in apartment 14 for long. There's a history." Determined to find answers, Jody began researching the apartment. What she discovered left her shaken. In January 1976, a teenage girl named Marlise Hackey had lived in apartment 14 with her boyfriend, John. Marlise was an aspiring actress, full of dreams and hope. But one day, she vanished without a trace. The police suspected John, but he passed a polygraph test, and without any evidence, the case went cold. Jody's research took a chilling turn when she stumbled upon a book about California's unsolved murders. In it, she found a passage about Marlise, describing her disappearance and the gruesome discovery of her remains years later. The description matched the drawings Hannah had made. Marlise's lifeless body, two figures nearby, a man with glasses and a woman with short hair. And the numbers? They were the coordinates of the shallow grave where Marlise's body had been buried. Jody couldn't stay another night in apartment 14. She moved out within a week, leaving behind everything that reminded her of that place. The day she left, an elderly neighbor approached her and said, "I've lived here for 30 years. That apartment, it's cursed. I remember Marlise. Poor girl. I just hope she finds peace someday." To this day, Jody doesn't know how her daughter, a 3-year-old with no knowledge of Marlise or her tragic story, could have known so much. Was Marlise trying to communicate with them, seeking justice for her untimely death? Or was the apartment itself a gateway to something far darker? What do you think, viewers? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're brave enough to dig deeper, you might just uncover more truths about apartment 14. Truths that some would rather stay buried. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, the next time you move into a new place, pay attention to the little things. Sometimes they're trying to warn you.